Ew, it's your girl Mina, Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice. We here. First of all, it's not Thursday. It's not 7 p.m. It's actually a different type of setting that I'm having today. I want to give the kudos and flowers to the fold. Shout out to Prototype. Shout out to Eric for allowing me to use the space. So thank you so much for that. Also, shout out to Patterson because that's exactly where we are. I'm from Patterson, so it's something that's very dear to me. But I'm going to go ahead and introduce my very special spicy guest for today, Mr. Salvatore Zeppi.
Thank you, Mina.
How you feeling, my friend?
I'm feeling great.
Feeling great?
Yeah, I'm feeling good now.
This morning.
Taylor ham.
Taylor ham and cheese?
Taylor ham and cheese.
Okay.
Scrambled eggs.
Scrambled eggs. What did we have it on? Bagel?
No, everything's separate on a plate, okay? It's multi-grain toast with butter and everything else.
We're healthy?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay. I dig it. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and speak about Salvatore Zeppi. Basically what he's building, his films, what he's been doing, where does he want to see himself at in maybe 5-10 years. And we're going to have some spicy and fun questions too. So I hope that y'all enjoy this episode as much as we're going to enjoy this episode. So I'm going to go ahead into the first question, my love. How did growing up in North Jersey shape your passion or filmmaking and storytelling?
Oh, wow.
Because you're from Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Born and raised.
All right. So how would you say growing up in North Jersey shaped your passion?
You know, I'd say busy.
Busy.
Everything was just so busy.
What do you mean busy?
Well, I don't know. My life in Jersey, like everything is just always running and gunning. Everything is at convenience around every corner. And so, you know, you have a lot to your discretion. You can have a lot of materials at your disposal. And so for me, there was just a lot of opportunity here and the people I met. So, yeah.
Okay, busy. So if it wasn't busy, do you feel like it would have impacted the way you make films?
I would say so. I would say because busyness is good. Keeping yourself busy keeps you almost focused because that's the thing. Honestly, when I was growing up, everything around me was busy, but I was not catching up. Okay. I always felt like I was a little bit slower than everyone else.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of took my time with things at my own pace. I was a big puzzle guy, and so...
Puzzle guy?
Yeah, I was a big puzzle guy.
You like to build... Wait, like actually build puzzles?
Yeah.
Or you're just being like...
No, like actually 1,000-piece puzzles.
No way.
Like Lego, a big Lego guy.
I love Legos.
Oh, yeah.
No, I really do. I love Legos.
It's like Lego
My
Star
mind is just
Wars.
like, this piece goes here, and this piece goes here.
Yeah, but you know, there's still structure. That's the thing with the books and everything. It slows you down. It makes you follow a routine, and it's very therapeutic, I'd say.
Same. That's how I feel when I do the Legos. It's very like therapy.
Yeah, there's something deeper within it.
Yeah,
so.
it's like I'm making my brain work besides communication.
Right.
Are you a big fan of Tetris?
Tetris? I was never good at Tetris,
Yeah, I'm
honestly.
so good at Tetris.
You're good
It's
at
scary.
Tetris?
It's scary. All right, we're going to transition though. What aspects of Hollywood's golden age inspire your work the most?
Ooh. What era?
What aspects of Hollywood's golden age?
Aspects of Hollywood's golden age. Honestly, the lack of technology.
Elaborate.
So I feel like filmmakers back then didn't have the certain degree of technology we have today. You know, we have all these digital cameras.
Yeah.
Everything's shot digitally. You can take 1,000 takes and it won't even matter. We'll just do it over and over again. But back then, they were in the 50s. I mean, we were just getting into the audio, trying to hide it in bushes and places, and they were like this big, these microphones.
Yeah.
And so I just love that pressure a filmmaker has to endure, especially when it comes to real film, like authentic film, not like a digital camera. Like, I know I'm biased when I say that because I use a digital camera, but that's what I have.
Yeah.
That's what my mentor says. He says, use what you got. But I like to time myself and give myself these limitations and restrictions. And so I feel like that same level of pressure as making these films if it were made back then.
I love that. And also, like, I don't know, when you spoke about it, I just thought about, I don't know why my mind thought of, like, The Wizard of Oz, like, the first one.
Yeah.
And, like, it's actually, like, crazy. I don't know if y'all knew this, but, like, the extremities of, like, what they use for, like, props. Like, for example, in the scene where it was, like, actually snowing, that was asbestos. I'm not kidding. Like, I swear to God, crazy fact. That's true.
Jesus.
Yeah, there was asbestos that was falling on them. And also the Green Witch, the pigment that they used for her makeup, it was actually so toxic that it made
so funny.
her, I think, almost die.
Yeah, the Tin Man was allergic to the paint or something. Oh my God.
It was like
It was
wild. So it's almost like, okay, I understand the filmmakers going through it, but also what they made their actors go through too.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to
So much torment.
what was
look at the
Dorothy.
impact.
Dorothy was the famous what was that actor? She died so young. What was her name? No. It was yes, shout out to Judy Garland.
Garland.
Miss Judy Garland. I feel like she was definitely, like, when I think of, like, actresses, like, she was such a beautiful and amazing actress, and I feel like the stuff they made her go through is just, like, so sad. But, like, I don't know, when you said that, it made me think of, like, Wizard of Oz. I'm like, so you couldn't find another thing to use snow. You use asbestos. It's just like, just make it work. I don't care if you start coughing, just go.
I mean, who came up with that?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Whatever's cheap and easy, you know.
All right, we're gonna transition real quick, my love. What's been your most challenging low budget film experience, and how did you overcome it?
Most challenging. Yes. And how did I overcome it?
Yeah.
It was actually the first project I made beyond school. It was like my first passion project.
Passion project. What was it called?
It's called All In.
All in.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
right
slang.
right after school, all that.
All after school, all with just friends, not even filmmakers, honestly.
shit.
And that's the best people to do it with. You know what I mean? Because at the end, you're learning how to work with the worst people. Even though they're your friends, like, working with friends is a lot harder than it, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
But within that challenge itself,
Yeah.
the real challenge was the premise of the film, and it was a spaghetti western. And so,
What's a spaghetti western? What? What is that? Like, what is that? Hold on.
I know.
I was trying to, like, put those two together. I was like, wait, make it make sense, please.
spaghetti western is a style of western that was, or western films, I should say,
Okay.
that was in the 60s. You think
Okay.
of, like, Sergio Leone, the director that
Okay.
made the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly trilogy. It was just that sense of style, bringing this classic traditional Western genre and putting it with this Italian flair. There's just nothing like it when you see Clint Eastwood and his fancy poncho with no name, you know, strolling in a desolate town and taking reins.
Okay.
And so I wanted to take that inspiration and make it myself, but
So you made a spaghetti western?
I did with
Yeah.
very little money.
All in. That's what it was
All
called.
in.
All in.
Literally putting
See, I pay attention.
all in. You paid
pay
attention.
Okay.
It's on YouTube right now. Currently with
Where on YouTube? Promote it.
it's Zeppi Productions. You can find me on YouTube. That's where I post most of my films. But with this film, it was very challenging because we filmed in an abandoned house that we weren't supposed to be in.
You just went inside a house?
Yeah, we saw the first abandoned house that we saw
I'm
on.
dead.
On
You
a
weren't scared that
busy
people
street.
were in there?
We got caught on the 5th day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And we had to leave.
Wow. Okay.
It was intense, but we pushed through.
Okay.
We pushed through.
And you can find this on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay.
All in official short film.
Ooh, okay. Thank you for sharing. All right, I'm going to ask you a funny question now.
Yes.
Well, more of a thought-provoking question. Would you rather shoot a film with zero budget or a film where every actor improvises their own lines?
Shoot a zero budget film?
Would you rather shoot a film with zero budget, like the budget's limitless?
Oh, limitless.
Yeah. Or, oh no, I'm sorry. Shoot a film with zero budget or film where every actor improvises their own lines.
Oh man. That's a tough question. Because with zero budget, it does span more creativity in a weird way. Because I always feel like the more limitation, the more you have to make something unique and something stand out. But then at the same time, if you have like all of these, I mean, I guess we're saying like professional actors, right? With like improvisation. Or
No, your friends.
My friends?
Your friends.
Fuck that.
Yeah, he's like, no, we're not doing that.
Zero budget, baby. No.
Have you ever had a film where like actors just improvise their own lines? And did it ever work? Or you're just like, no, do it again. You didn't say that.
No, I'm never like that.
Okay.
I always encourage the actor to bring more than I have to the table.
Okay.
Because I feel like there's always more within the character themselves, and especially the person that's acting that character. Because if they tapped into the psyche and they read my screenplay and they have it word for word, but they still grasp the concept of who they are, that's what matters. Sure, if it's very pristine to the screenplay and you have to say this at this exact time, because if you don't, then it won't correlate with this part of the story and at the ending, sure. But I mean, like, candid moments. Go for it.
Okay. How did working with Make-A-Wish influence your approach to storytelling? Because I know when I asked for your bio, you did mention that.
Yeah.
First of all, how did we become connected with Make-A-Wish?
We got connected with Make-A-Wish through Syndicate Productions.
Okay.
It's a excellent film school in Jamesburg, Monroe Township in New Jersey. And it's fresh.
Shout out to Jersey.
It's fresh. Shout out to Jersey. So it's all happening right now in Jersey. The new wave of filmmaking is coming. But with Syndicate Productions, the film school, they get me all of these opportunities. And so they are partnerships with Make-A-Wish.
Yeah.
And because I got into a certain rank in the school.
Okay, Hollywood. Let's go.
Yeah, rank 4, baby.
Let's go. Yo, he remembered the number.
Yeah,
he was like, I was number
ranks.
4.
There's 10 ranks.
You were number 3 or 2 or 1?
What's that?
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. None of those.
It's okay. 4 is cool.
4 is cool.
All right, but go on, my friend.
But Make-A-Wish, I actually got to go into the castle.
Shut up.
I don't want to talk too much about it because
Nah,
I don't want to
lying.
ruin the dream for any.
For real?
For real.
You're in the castle?
It's right around the school.
Okay.
Shit, you not.
Okay.
But I mean, it is like you're walking into like a dream, like a children's fairy tale book. It's literally a castle. You go in and it's just beautiful. It's everything you could imagine, and rooms for the kids to make a wish.
What was your favorite room?
The room I wasn't able to go in, but I snuck a peek because no one was looking, and it was like, whoa.
What did they have in there?
Mystical.
Can you say what is in there?
It was probably, I will just say it was a box. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
If you've ever seen Dune, it's the first, well, for those who have seen Dune, it's that part when Timothée Chalamet is putting his hands in the box. Think of that room. Just less scary.
Okay.
But filming an actual person there that had cancer and filming the family and interviewing them, it really changed my perspective on this whole industry and career moving forward, because it really got me to touch with people that, I wouldn't really familiarize myself with. Like,
I think that's so dope.
It was so inspiring that I was able to help like a family talk about how they felt through an amazing experience that they had with the Wish. And so I loved working with them, and I would do it again.
So based off the storytelling part, do you feel like working in that setting, what came out of it that you take with you now?
What I take from that, honestly, cherish your loved ones. Your family is so important. Even if you don't have a family, find a community that you click with. Don't be afraid. Like, everyone has a place. As my mom would always say, there's a lid for every pot.
I love that.
Right?
It's a lid for every pot.
It's a lid for every pot. And it's right. She's totally right. Family is important, even especially on a film crew. Like, it's the crew that makes it happen, you know, the vibe. So I say, if you have a loved one, love them.
Okay.
As simple as that.
And I love what you said that, like, I guess it's like their film crew, but I also feel like it's like the group of actors as well. Like when I think of like, I don't know, like movies and actors, I think of like their crew. Like, for example, when I think of Adam Sandler and his whole Happy Gilmore productions, you know?
It's all his buddies.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, could that movie been the same without Rob Schneider? Like, you know, like, I always think of, like, I don't know, Rob Schneider, he's like, I think he's like my favorite. He's my favorite because...
He's like the underdog.
Yes! Like, oh my God, I like the animal, Hot Chick. I love the Hot Chick. When he played the delivery man in Big Daddy, like, that doesn't even look like him.
Oh, I know.
at all.
I love his dedication, and that's the thing. He knows that he's an underdog, and he still puts all of himself onto the table, and that is a real freaking actor, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Despite whatever anyone thinks. Norm of the North. You ever see that?
What was it?
With Rob Schneider voicing a polar bear.
Wait, what was it called?
Norm of the North.
No.
It's this weird animated film about a polar bear going to New York.
I didn't even know he was in an animated film.
No, yeah, it was his first animated film that he voiced, and it just flopped.
Oh,
it's horrible.
I gotta see it.
You gotta see it.
I'll still see it.
It's fun to watch, to make fun of, but it's Rob Schneider.
That part. All right, we're gonna transition, my love. So you talked about a little bit about Make-A-Wish, and thank you so much for sharing that, because I feel
Thanks for asking.
Of course, because when you put that in your bio, I was like, oh snap, that this is like very special, you know. What's your favorite? Because I think you talked about directing music videos. Mm-hmm. I read it. I really did.
You pay attention.
I do. What's your favorite music video that you've directed, and why?
Wow. I gotta think.
Okay.
Well, there's two in mind. Can I say two?
Yeah.
Because it kind of correlates.
An honorable mention. That's
right.
Okay. That's okay.
I will say, I wasn't the director. I was the director of photography.
Okay.
For both of these, so I was in charge of.
Who was the artist?
The artist?
Yeah, like what was the music video?
So the band I work with is called Human Zoo.
Human Zoo. What type of music was it?
Crazy, wild, alternative, odd rock.
Okay.
Something you just haven't really heard before, like psychedelic, yeah.
Ooh.
Something different, you know.
Okay.
But they bring all of these elements to the table with their music and instruments, and every single album and track that they release, it's a concept, and I love that with albums. And so with their second album, they really wanted to make a bunch of videos to encapsulate what they were trying to go for the vibe of the second album, because it's all devilish themed. It's called Wealth and Hellness.
Okay.
So it's like a play on, of course, health and wellness. And so the music video that I got to work on was Serial Killer, and the second one featuring Will Wood. It's coming to me. The literal song, Wealth and Hellness. And so I had to shoot 5 days for Wealth and Hellness.
How many hours each day?
Full days. I'd show up at like 9 a.m. and leave at 12.
Ooh.
You know,
5 full days of that?
5 full days of that. And it was crazy because I had to like call out of work and try to scramble everything.
What did you tell them?
Well,
you got COVID? I'm like, you gotta be gone for 5 days. I'm like, yo, it's gotta be intense. What did you tell them?
Like
Salvatore, what did you tell them? You had to say something wild.
No, you know, I have very...
Or unless you were honest.
That's the thing. I always believe honesty first. If you're just honest, you'll get a lot farther.
100%.
Because that's the thing. If you try to make up a lie, you have to remember that lie and try to build upon it. Never works.
No, not
Just
at
be
all.
straight up, and people will respect what you're trying to do for yourself.
I'd rather tell you the truth and not worry about it. It might hurt you, but
Exactly.
I did it.
And so I just had good friends and coverage at that work, at my place.
So supportive friends.
Very supportive friends that work at the same place I do. And so, yeah, they always have my back.
Okay, that's good for you. Good
Yeah,
for you.
I'm so grateful and fortunate.
Because some jobs be like, yo, I don't care. You gotta clock back in. You gotta clock in. You gotta clock in. Stuff needs to be done.
It definitely took a while to earn that respect.
Yeah.
But it's so worth it. So worth it.
5 days filming.
5 days filming.
And why was it your favorite though?
It was my favorite because it brought the most out of me, and it got me the most scared.
You were scared?
I was scared because it finally was that moment of fake it till you make it.
Okay.
Where like the longest time you really think that you believe you know what you're doing because you have all this stuff and the gear and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it was the first time where I was really working with really craft-minded artists that knew what they wanted and experienced filmmakers on the side. That was only one other filmmaker, Jake. But that's the thing. I was like really put onto the spotlight, and it was like if I knew it, if I didn't, it showed. And I was like, shit, I gotta study more. I gotta really take this more seriously as opposed to just being, oh guys, you know, here's my camera, whatever. I didn't want to be that guy, and so that's why I kind of went to this trade school, and everything fell into place after that. The Syndicate Film School.
The one you mentioned before that partnered with Make-A-Wish.
Yes.
Okay. How long were you going to school there?
I've been there since February, so now that's like 6-7 months.
6-7 months?
Yeah.
What does like schooling for that look like? Like when does it end?
So there's different memberships. You get like
So it's a
3 months.
membership.
Yeah, think of it as like a gym. Like
Okay.
a really high class filmmaking gym.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm picturing this in my head. Okay, so you have a membership. How long are these memberships for?
So I signed up for a year because I wanted to take that challenge. I wanted to force myself and pressure myself into a curriculum where I knew I'd do the work and it would make me do it. Whereas other people, if they're just trying to figure out what they want to do with their life and they have an interest in film but not sure where they want to end up with it, because there's so much to film, there's so many different paths you can take with film.
Yeah.
So with this school, you can have like a month, 3 months, 6 months, to a year. I picked the year halfway through, and it's changed my life.
I love that.
It's changed my life
I love that.
in every aspect, especially like networking. It's what got me to the open screening.
I mean,
So-
networking got us here.
Networking got us here.
That part. For real.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. I gotta ask though, when you are filming, right? Is there something that you need to have on set? Like some people, it's their coffee. I asked someone the other day, they're like, I gotta have gummy bears. Do you have to have a specific snack that I guess makes you feel comfortable, confident? What does that look like? I wanna know what Salvatore likes.
Besides Dunkin' coffee,
Okay, what type of coffee? What type of coffee from Dunkin'?
iced macchiato.
Iced macchiato.
That's
That's it, no
Whole
sugar?
milk, no sugar. That will slow you
The
down.
whole milk.
The whole milk.
Okay, so whole milk,
The whole
mocha
damn
macchiato.
cow. Yeah.
Macchiato.
Macchiato.
Okay.
And besides the coffee, of course, I like to always have a platter of sandwiches from the place that I work at. It's called the Great Wazoo.
The Great Wazoo.
Yep, Jersey Deli.
Period. I love sandwiches. I love a good sandwich too. What's your favorite sandwich?
We got this sandwich.
What's it called?
It's called the Roast Beef Insanity.
The Roast Beef Insanity.
It's
I talk about this sandwich though. Break it down. Break it down, Salvatore.
You get your bread,
Bread.
rosemary parm to be exact.
Rosemary parm.
It's the best bread we got. We got American cheese.
American cheese. Why American cheese?
It complements nice with the roast beef, surprisingly enough, with that whole
Okay.
milk calcium kind of flavor,
Okay.
with the savoriness of the beef.
Yeah.
We salt, pepper that bad boy, put some onion on top, layer it with some juicy vinegary pickles. We put some leaf lettuce that's crunchy. Spicy chipotle mayo that we make. And to tone down that spice, we put a little sweetness of sweet pepper on it. And that's the roast beef insanity.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, I heard it. The big wazoo?
The great.
The Great Wazoo.
Great Wazoo.
Roast beef insanity at the Great Wazoo. And where can you get this sandwich? Where is it at?
Parsippany, New Jersey.
Parsippany, New Jersey.
And I'm writing a film about it.
If you go get that sandwich, tell them Salvatore sent you.
I'll make it for you.
He'll probably be there making it.
I'll be slicing the
making
roast
it
beef.
with love. So much love. Oh, I love this. All right. I want to ask you, if your life were a movie, what would the title be and why?
Stunad.
That's like Italian, right?
Yeah.
Like dumb?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like dummy.
Why stunad? I feel like this is how you guys say it, like stunad.
Stunad. You gotta say it with the, you got it.
Right? Like you need like the hand gestures, right?
Do it.
Right. All right, so stunad.
The stunad.
So is stunad or stunad? Stunad. Okay.
Don't be a stunad.
Don't be a stunad. Okay,
You gotta say
okay.
it like in a flow, like quick, like a snap, like stunad.
Okay.
But stunad.
But why?
The reason why is because I like to play dumb as a fox.
Okay. What does that mean?
I like to put myself in a room.
Okay.
And just keep my trap shut. Know nothing. Act like I know nothing. So that
it's crazy.
I get a better read of the room. I just get a better read of the room. The people, I understand people better. I feel the vibe, and that's it. You know, like I'm a stunad, but in disguise. Because I'm Italian. It's my Italian nature to be like, hey, what's going on? But really, I know what the fuck you're thinking.
Okay.
No.
Is your family like really traditional Italian? Like y'all do the 7 fishes on Christmas Eve? It's 7 fishes, right?
It's 7.
7? He's like, it is 7. It's 7. Yeah, I'm dead.
I say it like that because I missed all of that. I never had like a real family. So because I don't know, I was just born pretty late. And everyone was passed away at that point.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You know, but that's the thing. That's why I love film. It brings that community.
Maybe you make your own 7 fishes.
I will.
For your film crew.
Yeah, I will.
Do it. You got mad time.
I got all the time in the world now.
You should do it and you should film it.
Make a film about it.
Yeah.
The 7 fishes.
Sharing breaking bread with
breaking
your people.
bread.
I love it. Yeah, why not? And then make that the stunad. Like,
ooh, I like that.
Listen, I'm innovative.
We should collaborate.
Don't tell me that. Now I'm expecting it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm done.
Sign an NDA.
Yo, I'm done. He's professional. Okay. Going back to the career now.
Please.
Out of the 20 plus, because you did write that 20 plus film awards, right? That you've won? You heard that. 20 plus film awards.
Most of them online film awards.
Okay.
But honestly, that gets across to more people, in my opinion.
It's a lot
of people.
And it's a lot of beautiful accomplishments. So out of the 20 plus film festival awards you've won, which one means the most to you?
Oh, wow.
I'm good with my questions.
You are. It makes me really think. Which one inspired me the most, huh?
And there could be a couple, because I know sometimes like choosing one thing.
You're saying primarily festival? Because I four-walled my movie before.
Well, I guess like which award stood out to you the most?
Oh, you know what?
In general.
It was a very recent one, actually.
What was it called?
It was called the APN3 Challenge, the Asbury Park Challenge, where it was a film challenge where we had essentially 3 weeks to make a film in Asbury Park in New Jersey. Something about with hidden gems and being the theme and having certain elements like a map and a certain line of dialogue. And that line of dialogue...
Sounds like a pirate. Really?
I love that you said that because it's called What a Treasure. And it's about pirates.
This is organic, by the way.
It's about
I didn't know shit
pirates.
About this.
I love it.
I'm serious.
But you know what?
Okay.
That's the beauty of the challenge, because you never know who's going to sign up. And you always have these thoughts of going into the challenge like, oh, everyone's going to do pirates. Everyone thinks about that, so maybe I'm gonna do something different. Me, I was like, fuck that. I'm doing pirates.
Fuck that.
Who doesn't love pirates?
Yeah.
And so I took my childhood best friend, my kindergarten best friend from the woodworks.
I'm done. He's like, yo, put this patch on your eye.
Literally. And I was like, buddy, this is what we used to do. Like, come on. Like, now we're doing it for real.
Okay. This is amazing. I love it.
And we filmed it in 2 days with just me, my partner, him, and my buddy Anner. And we got an award for it for third place at the festival, and it was
not four, third.
Not
now we moving on to three. Now we had three. Okay, so third place. That's amazing.
Yeah, climbing my way up to the
love
rungs.
that.
So no, it was a packed house. It was like full of people it was in like a arts center, like council center. So it was a pretty good crowd, and it was a really great vibe. And I actually won a big award, like a real my first real trophy, and it was really heavy.
like a gold thingy thing.
Yeah, it was like a glass sphere with like a design in it, and it was like really mystical looking. So very fancy schmancy, and I got to meet a bunch of cool people, and yeah, it's really inspiring.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that, love.
Thank you.
I guess going more into your career, like, what's your secret to successfully navigating guerrilla filmmaking for 7 years? First of all, for the people that don't know what it is, what is guerrilla filmmaking? Because I don't know what that is.
It's something you really shouldn't do.
What? Why? Like, what are you talking about?
Because you can get in trouble.
Why?
It's the same kinds of people that go to Disneyland and secretly shoot a shot just to get the shot and then scram. Okay. It's very run and go, fast paced, adapt to the situation.
So you're filming in an area that you shouldn't be in.
You really shouldn't. Okay. Like I mentioned earlier with All In and filming in the abandoned house.
Yeah. So that's a guerrilla filmmaking moment.
Yeah, because we had no papers to go in there. Someone could have gotten hurt in this abandoned house. There was no regulation, and it was completely my responsibility if anything happens. Put it all in. All in. It makes sense with that title. Everything I put into that production. So, guerrilla filmmaking is just getting the shot, whatever is necessary by any means. Maybe breaking a law or two, maybe sneaking around. Who knows? Whatever's necessary.
Okay. So we talked about 7 years of guerrilla filmmaking. And what's one piece of advice that you could give someone who is starting out in guerrilla filmmaking? Because you got 7 years, you got a bid going on. So it's like, what advice would you give to someone who's starting out?
Go to the location first.
Go to the location first.
Why? First. Scope it out.
Scope it.
Know your scene. And take all of your time in pre-production and preparing, no matter what. Be over-prepared. You can never be over-prepared, ever. Okay. Because with Murphy's Law, whatever can go wrong will go wrong. Yeah. Something will always go wrong on set, no matter what. And so I say, especially with guerrilla filmmaking, because it could be dangerous depending on what you're doing, prepare. Know what your shot is. Know that your actors know what they're doing and saying. Make sure if it is your friends that they are on the literal same page of the screenplay. So you just got to make sure everybody's set up for success. Yeah. Success. Yeah. Success on success. Pretty much. Okay. And to have that success, just be consistent. Just keep doing it. Don't stop. Because the moment you stop, that's when you fail. So the advice to guerrilla filmmaking, go to the location first. Go to location first. Scope it out. Y'all heard it. And if it's too dangerous, move somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Salvatore. Words of wisdom over here. Okay, let's get spicy. Uh-oh. Where's the peppers? Where's the hot wings? Would you rather work with a diva actor or an unreliable camera crew? Diva. Why? Like the talent?
In general, make it what you want. So it's like, would you rather work with a diva actor or an unreliable
I already
camera
work with a diva. It's my business partner.
Really?
No,
Alright.
I'm throwing shade.
Have you ever worked with a diva actor before, like for real? You don't gotta say no names because we gotta protect the innocent, but like that us.
Ooh, you know what? Yeah, I have. Recently, I was just in Brooklyn shooting this music video.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a music video for this Santa kind of vibe, and no, like that's the thing. Like you could be that way. You could have that personality, but everyone was reliable. Everyone, it was a strong crew, so nothing really went on for her to be like that. So when you ask me that question, I guess no, I haven't really truly experienced that. But I'd say if I were to work with a diva, I would commend it more because I feel like with the diva, they know what they want. They know how things work. They know they have a certain way about themselves, and they know what's up.
What do you call a guy that's a diva? Devo? What do you call it? Because diva is like for a girl, right? I mean, at this point, gender is just a spectrum. But
yeah,
like,
I feel like a guy could be a diva for sure.
I'm like, is there a word for a guy that's a diva?
Divan, yeah.
Divan. Yo, I'm done.
Sounds like a cologne.
Yo, I'm
Get
done.
your divan.
Stop being a diva.
Get your diva on for men.
I'm done. Okay. Would you rather direct a rom-com set in space or a horror movie underwater?
I think you know my answer.
Hey, but let them know your answer.
Oh man, a freaking horror movie underwater.
You imagine?
Well, that sounds like Jaws. I think that's why I got excited because that's my favorite movie.
Really? Jaws, old school
Jaws,
Jaws, big
old
ass
school
fucking
Jaws.
shark and shit.
Fuck yeah.
That's crazy.
Steven Spielberg.
I
love him.
Okay. Steven Spielberg, that's definitely, I feel like. All right, what's your favorite? Well, Jaws is one of your favorite films. What's your other favorite film from this director?
From Steven Spielberg, I'd say definitely Indiana Jones, The Raiders of the Lost Ark. That was like my childhood, a lot corresponding with the Legos. Like Lego Indiana Jones, I literally started my career with that, with making the stop motion.
And like a brown leather jacket.
I carried it with me to ShopRite. Every time I went to ShopRite, I'd have the whip and the hat.
Yo, that's it.
No one give a fuck.
I would play the music if you ever came into the ShopRite.
Oh,
I'll call the intercom like, oh shit, Salvatore's here. What?
Hey, I'd commend it. I'd be like, where's the action?
What other movies do you like from Steven Spielberg?
Definitely Schindler's List.
That movie actually, like, I didn't see that movie, I remember, until high school. And I remember, like, a teacher showed it to us.
Same here.
And I was like, dang, like, that scene where dude was hiding in the bathroom. And then you just see it sucks that I'm laughing. But, like, it was just like, oh, shit, I gotta hide from the Nazis. Oh, then you try seeing all the other eyes and shit. There's, like, other people hiding in there, too. I was like, oh, my God.
It's for real. That movie's intense.
But it was a great movie, though.
It's a great movie. You know, it's funny because I watched it in like a high school setting as like just like a thing where you had to do in high school, like watch a movie.
Yeah.
And it literally took like a whole week.
It did.
Because it was like, such a long ass movie. It's like for a 20-minute class.
It is.
It's like you can only spread that out so thin, right?
I'm here for the movies. I was like I took an English course in college, and I remember my professor was like, for your final, all you have to do is watch Casablanca with me and not leave. So I know about Casablanca, not because of it. But he was sick.
I think this is the start of a beautiful friendship.
It did. And like I learned a lot about it. I was like, oh shit, Morocco and all these vibes and all that.
Hell yeah.
And I actually like the movie now. I love Casablanca.
It's such a classic.
It is a classic.
That's how I love my
I was just
vibe,
like, I remember he said in the beginning, he was like, listen, you just gotta watch Casablanca with me. You can't leave, even if you want to. And if you leave, you fail. I was like, bet, I'm staying here.
Yeah, because if you leave, you don't get it. You didn't get it.
Okay.
You got to take something from everything you're a part of.
So, what's the biggest compromise you've made to bring a project to life?
Compromise?
Because everything can't always go your way. It can, but do you have a situation where you had to compromise to make something come true?
Yeah.
Talk about it, if you can.
Compromises always happen, honestly.
Can you give an example?
With the performance, the short film that we just recently made this summer, we were shooting on a loading dock behind the back of a strip mall where I work at the sandwich shop.
Oh shit!
So,
the Great Wazoo.
The Great Wazoo. Everything's
the Great
coming
Wazoo.
together.
Shout out to Parsippany. Damn.
Great sandwiches. So that's the thing. Just because I work there, it's still guerrilla filmmaking. I'm not supposed to be there. I don't even sign anything. No one can regulate anything. And so I just go by fate. I go by a whim. And so right when we were about to shoot, Spencer, lead singer of the Human Zoo, the band that I work with, he got onto the loading dock, and we were about to press record on the camera. Everything's set up. Everything's lit. This truck
That's a whale. No, I'm dead. This fucking truck. Okay.
This truck is like,
I'm here.
Wait, whoa, what is that? It's like,
Yeah.
the garage door behind him starts to open. I'm like, what is happening? He's like, oh, yeah, this is my new store. We're just moving some furniture in here. I'm like, furniture?
Oh, shit.
The truck opens. It's like filled with furniture, like a furniture store. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, yeah, it's going to take us like 2 hours to unload everything.
You didn't scope the location.
Oh, that's the thing. It was my location.
Okay, fair.
But they were just moving in a new furniture store.
How ironic.
How ironic is that? Like,
That
who
part.
could? Anyway, I guess I should have been more on top of things like that.
Okay.
But that's the thing. You adapt like that. You adapt to the situation, and you say, okay, what else needs to be done?
Yeah.
What could be done now, and how can we do this later? So while the truck was unloading, we got all like the close-ups of the actress, and because she had an umbrella, and so the background was covered, and so we used that to our advantage to just have a bunch of reaction shots, and until we got that, we got the loading dock back, the truck moved away, and we used the rest of the daylight we had.
Okay. Guerrilla filmmaking.
Guerrilla filmmaking at its finest.
Filmmaking. And for the people that, because like I've seen the film, but was I allowed to say that?
Yes.
Okay, I was like, wait.
Yeah. Only the closest of friends can view this right now.
Period. I'm close. Heard that? Just saying. All right, so for the viewers that, if you could give, I guess the right word would be like a synopsis, like a brief description of what that film is about. Because I've seen the film, but I don't want to like disrespect your film by describing it the wrong
Absolutely
way.
not.
I
would honestly love to hear
I mean,
your perspective.
I want to hear yours first.
Okay.
First. So for the viewers that haven't seen the film, what would you say is it about?
So it's the story of a sad, shy mime who tries to win the love of his life through his performance. But his show gets stolen away by a gifted guitarist, and so the rest of the film, he tries to win her back.
Yes, indeed it is.
That's it.
And also
Simple
I
as
want
that.
to give a quick shout out to Open Film Screenings,
Yes.
which was the event that we saw it. It was at Prototype here in Patterson. Mr. Matthew Zaytoon curated it. And if you're interested, I would say follow the Instagram account, Open Film Screenings. Follow, send a DM, and come to the next showing. When the next showing is, I'm not sure. Follow the account and you'll find out.
It's a great spot.
It is. It's a
I
beautiful
loved it.
spot.
It was a great experience.
That's where I was able to see the performance, and it was like really, really cool. I remember I was like, I don't want it to end. Because I fell in love with the character, and I loved how like, she's all cute with her umbrella, and then here comes like, because I feel like the guy that played the guitar was also a little bit more brolic. Like it just was like a super Ken doll. And then like you got this like scrawny guy, but he's also really cute too.
Yeah.
So I was like, dang. But like, it was just really nice, and I love the fact that there was no like sound. So it's like what you want to make it to be. So I feel like that was definitely like really beautiful. The whole mime, like.
Thank you.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, it was for a project, honestly.
For school?
For school, yeah. It was for my rank exam.
Okay.
So let me describe this rank exam,
Yeah.
honestly. So with the rank exam, you follow up the rank. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at 4 now.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're back at 4.
We're back at 4.
We're back at 4.
So this was my rank 3 exam, where I had to make a 5-minute short film that was mise en scene.
Okay.
So basically, no dialogue, all action.
Okay.
And so I ran with that. I used an idea that I had like a year ago. I took it off the shelf. I opened that book back up, and I was like, hey, I could use this for this. The time was right, and I put it together, and yeah, there came Me. And I made my own whole world upon it. Now I want to just keep building.
Can you do a mime situation sitting down?
Sitting down?
Yeah, like what would you do?
Well, I would think that
It's kind of like...
it'd be like, or maybe he would be like acting like someone else. Like this. Because I feel like a mime, what is a mime?
I don't know.
A mime,
Person that doesn't talk?
not only that, there's a mime who mimics others. He's a mirror of you. So really, it's a performance within itself, but also he's kind of making fun of you at the same time.
Damn bastard.
You know?
Okay.
So it's like, I don't know, it depends on who the person is and of who he's in front of.
I wonder when was the first time a mime ever was like invented? Like, who was the first mime ever?
Oh man.
I'm curious.
Definitely
about that.
like
Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin,
You think
yes.
so?
No.
No, he had to have got it somewhere. I don't think he was the creator for that.
Definitely an inspiration for it.
Yeah.
Like a clowny vibe, but that dates back to like centuries of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Italy
yeah.
and Italy and,
because I
and
picture
France.
the red scarf here.
Yeah.
And the striped shirt. Like, I wonder whose idea was it for that costume. Because it's like a universal costume. Like, a mime is black beret, red scarf, black and white striped shirt.
Yeah, where did the stripes
high
come
water
from?
pants. Huh?
Like,
yeah,
what's the
exactly. Why the
symbolism?
stripes? Why the stripes?
Why the stripes?
That's interesting.
What's in between those lines?
I'm going to figure it out.
Maybe you'll find out in this film.
That part. And the film is called The Performance with an exclamation point.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. That's important.
I saw that. Okay. And we're gonna keep this super like neutral, super Switzerland vibes. We're not trying to take away from someone. If you could steal one filmmaker's career for a day, who would it be and why? Dead or alive?
Oh, dead or alive. Someone's career? Anybody?
Anybody. The world's your oyster.
Man. Someone from the Rat Pack. Like
Really?
like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, someone like that.
Okay, trying to be
Or-
in Vegas.
Yeah, or someone like James Bond, just
Oosh.
totally showing off. Not showing off, but like,
You wouldn't want to be Indiana Jones?
oh, but that's the thing. That's funny you say that. Steven Spielberg said that Raiders of the Lost Ark was his James Bond.
Really?
He wanted to make his own James Bond, but he couldn't because it was already made. And so he made his character based off of like an archaeologist.
I love that.
So that's, yeah.
Okay.
And so, yeah, obviously that vibe, like just that masculine, show more, don't tell. I just, the mystery, man, I hold that dear. I think it's so classic and very gentlemanly, and I don't know. I like that vibe. I like to keep tradition alive.
Spielberg made horror movies too, right?
Made Poltergeist.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why do I feel like that chick from the TV, like that little girl?
Yeah.
Rest in peace. I think she died, right? She died like mad young. Like, really weird. But like, yeah, Poltergeist was like, whoa. Like that shit
Incredible.
freaked me out. That old white guy, like that was singing and stuff.
Ooh,
Like,
yeah,
remember
yeah,
he had like
yeah.
a black and white suit. He was the one.
Yeah, and the lady,
The psychic lady
psychic
that was
lady.
telling them. I remember that
Oh
whole
my
movie. That
God.
whole movie was like weird. And I just remember like the part where like the dad got like trashed and he drank the tequila with the worm. That was that movie, right?
yeah.
It was like, that movie was crazy. I guess just that you have to be like a really a great like person to connect with other viewers and what they think, because I feel like to this day, that whole scene of like the television being in that black and white, like shh, and Shorty being like, they're here. Everybody knows that scene. You know, I feel like every scary movie has a scene like that. Like when I think of like The Shining, the twins sitting in the hallway, right?
It's like a zing. It's like a pit stomach. Like,
what's your favorite horror movie?
Well, you just said it, The Shining. But
The Shining? I love The Shining.
Shining. I definitely love Hereditary is a new one. Actually, Hereditary.
Yo, Hereditary made me laugh.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Did you laugh?
It was a certain scene. I was just like, yo, the scene
Was
where
it
like
banging her head?
Yo, that was OD. Nah, it was the scene where like I don't know. There was like a body floated into the house.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so they're going to the tree house.
So
like,
weird.
It was just some parts were just like, yo, really? But then some parts were really cool. But there was some parts where I was just like, yeah, I can't.
Yeah, the weird mastermind of Ari Aster.
It did.
You never, just weird spiritual realm. Like you never know what you're gonna see. You never know what goes on with an artist and why they want something so specific.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions, love, because our time is almost coming to an end. So, what role does collaboration play in your creative process?
What role does it play? Collaboration. Honestly, this whole year has been about collaboration.
Okay.
It's new to me.
Okay.
Because when I went to college for my associates in arts, there was no film degree. I just kind of had to go with the flow of what was available to me. And so they had a studio for where I went, and they had the camera system and everything, but it was more for live broadcasting television.
Yeah.
And even with that, COVID happens, and everything had to go remote. So like through Zoom calls, Skype, you name it was back then. So that's the thing. You couldn't really have any hands-on experience. We lost collaboration. And what it did for me is that it made me do my own kind of research. It made me buy my own camera. And it made me make films by myself for the majority beginning, like the first 5 years.
Yeah.
And so, because I only ever did it with like a friend for high school, like as a project. Shout out to Mr. Nichols. Mr. Nichols, Andy.
Was that really his last name?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Right? It's like
Nichols.
Andy Nichols, such a teacher name. I love it.
So collaborations are something that's new to you.
It's new to me. It's working with people, meeting them, and sharing ideas. I have to say, it's pretty inviting, but also overwhelming, because when you're trying to really say your vision and try to get that across, some people might not be on the same page, right? And there's stress within that. But honestly, I haven't had that problem yet.
Okay.
I've had hiccups on a set where, things can go wrong. Whatever, you can't control.
Yeah.
You can control for next time. But when it comes to people, I'm very forgiving, because it's like, at the same token, we're doing this for a school project, we're doing this for free, we're doing this for a passion project. I can only ask so much from you. So collaboration is important. It definitely is, because when you gain trust with someone, when you really have their trust and they have your back, you just want to keep relying on them, and that's the most important thing. So even though I'm coming more new into this whole industry and collaboration and everything, it is welcoming, and I just can't wait to what's on the table, what's in store for everybody.
And speaking about what's in store, where do you see the Salvatore Zeppi brand in about 5 to 10 years? Where would you like to see it?
10 years?
5-10 years?
5-10 years. 5 years, I definitely want to have a couple features under my belt.
Okay.
I just finished writing my first feature screenplay.
What's it called?
It's based on my sandwich shop. It's
Ooh,
called The Great
the
Wazoo.
Great Wazoo. Ah, shit. I gotta go there now.
Yeah.
I have to go.
Please.
You gonna make my sandwich?
I will. The roast beef insanity. What sandwich do you like?
All right.
I didn't ask that.
Sandwiches that I like, I mean, the sandwich that I thought right now, it has to be like fresh bread, lightly toasted. I don't like too much crunch where I'm gonna rip my mouth.
Yeah.
I like fresh mutts, maybe like arugula or like broccoli rabe, sun-dried tomatoes, olive oil drizzled with balsamic vinegar. That's my shit.
There you go.
It's like clean, good. Maybe if you had a little bit of shiitake mushrooms, I like the umami flavor.
Ooh, you're fancy.
Period.
You're fancy. We're not that fancy.
I'm just saying that I like a good vegetable type sandwich, but not soaked. I cannot.
Soaked?
I can't stand soggy textures. It messes my head. Like
I don't understand. It's like a sponge, like a wet sponge.
Like it
People are like,
freaks me out.
soak that shit in
It
vinegar,
freaks
and they're
me
like,
out. I mean, no, like I get the oil and vinegar on the side because I want to control how much I put. When it's just soaking, like if I have a bread and then it's just, I'll throw it out. I can't eat that. But
especially if you're like buying it and then eating it later, then it like soaks into everything else. And it's just like wet.
Definitely not.
People
But
are weird.
anyways,
People
this
are
interview
weird.
is about you. It's about you, not me. But thank you for asking me my sandwich.
It's in my blood to ask.
So where would you love to see the Salvatore
Yes.
Zeppi brand in 5-10 years? However.
I definitely want to continue to make features. I want to continue working with like more influencers. I feel like there's a lot of potential with influencers, especially, just on YouTube, like new social media platforms. I feel like there's just all of this talent, like not going to
Work with
waste,
me.
but exactly.
Work with me.
Work with, yeah, absolutely.
Just saying.
I'd love to. Okay. And with that, with Zeppi Productions in maybe 10 years, I mean, I want my own like big studio, like facilities.
In Jersey?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you do it in Parsippany? Should do it in that abandoned house. Just take the bulldoze that shit.
Where we all started.
The Guerrilla Filmmaking Central right here. I'm dead.
Just plaques everywhere. No, I mean, something local, something close to Ma. You don't want to leave her. Don't want to leave her hanging.
She could like come by the studio, bring everybody food. That'd be nice.
The 7 fishes.
The 7 fishes. Okay. So we want a studio of our own.
Yeah.
More, I guess, collaborations with influencers. Anything else that you could think of?
Anything else I can think of? Just getting more into writing.
Okay.
I'd say even helping other filmmakers. I'd even love to run a school myself.
Ooh.
The school that I'm a part of right now.
Would you have a statue of yourself outside the school?
Yes, a big Z.
I'm dead.
No, it would be Stunadio School.
The Studad, y'all, the Studad. It'll just be like a statue. Okay,
Yeah.
So run a school. I love this.
Or if school doesn't work, maybe like a side thing for the school. Run that. Also my own film festival, like with the theater. I love that experience of fresh talent just getting their feet wet into the industry and saying, look at my stuff and look what I got. But really its purpose is to just meet everyone else there because they're all there for the same reason. And that being, even on a set, we're all here just to make the shot look good. That's what I always say.
Love that. Snap your fingers like some sexy gay men and say you're fabulous. Love it. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, my love. Before we end the show, if you could give an advice to anyone that is getting into filmmaking, storytelling, what advice would you give to them?
Ooh. Getting into writing?
Anything, like the quote, advice, however it may be, like what would be some words of wisdom for them?
Definitely make time for yourself. Don't get so caught up in your job or anything that's going on in your life that's giving you stress or something you're worried about. Maybe it's a test or an interview for another job. Who knows? Make time for yourself first.
Yeah.
Grow with yourself. Learn to appreciate yourself. Because then, with that time to yourself, you enhance your well-being. You gain more stories that way by going out and experiencing more life, and you actually have something to work with. And so I say, make the time, enjoy life, and take the seeds and let them sprout, let them grow, and work with it. Work with what you got.
Period. Okay. And so the viewers can see how to find you, contact you.
Yes.
What is the Instagram, the YouTube channel again? This is your time, my friend, to give all the handles.
Please, you can find me at zeppyproductions.com. On Instagram, you can find me at Zeppi_productions. At the same with TikTok, although I'm still trying to grow that. We are just about to launch some merch for the film. So that's going to be great. And that's how you can find me. And also check out CFW Productions, my partner, Michael Schoenberg, because without him, I would not be in this position at all. And Syndicate Productions itself, the film school, Vinny Arizo, Jesse Shea. I just want to get that right, sorry. We can edit that later. She'll hate that. We never want to forget about Jess. Syndicate Productions, yes. And that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I heard it. So I just want to say thank you, Salvatore, for making this such an amazing interview. It's my first time being in a different space. I'm not used to filming in other areas. Not that I can, but...
You did an incredible job.
Thank you.
Especially for being a first interview. I felt very comfortable, so your questions were amazing.
Period.
I loved it.
Thank you. That's a major compliment for me, because my goal is just to create a safe place for people to speak and say their journey, maybe laugh, maybe get a little uncomfortable a little bit, but it's like embracing it.
Embrace getting out of that comfort zone.
That part.
That's how we grow.
That part. So I want to say thank you again for being an amazing guest.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And this honestly ends the Mina Mendoza show. Anybody watching this, like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just saying. And it's your girl Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, Queen of Spice. We out of here.